You guys, my lovelies, once again, made it back. And this morning, I remembered a dream of a couple of nights ago, the recurring dream where I'm lost. One of the interesting things about it, blessing the directions, blessing you guys, blessing the table. One of the interesting aspects of the dream, because dreams are so detailed, it's amazing. I was lost and I, couldn't see anything, couldn't find directions, so I wanted to call a friend of mine. And in the dream, I was actually driving this friend's car, which has been going forever. Like, it was kind of a piece of crap car when it was new. And this person has been keeping the car alive for, decades, at least over a decade. And so I was driving this guy's car, and the gears, among other things, dark, weird, no directions, lost, the gears were backwards. First was here. Second was here. Third was, it was all backwards. So I was like in mirror world, and the gears were grinding. And I pulled out a phone to call him, and it was a flip phone with tiny little numbers. And I couldn't hit the numbers right. I couldn't even see the numbers. So it was like all these challenges on top of being lost. And I just want to tell you, no matter what it is you're facing, physical trouble, mental trouble, trouble in the environment, trouble in relationships, I guarantee you there are people all over the world, and your brothers and sisters watching this, and me, who've experienced essentially the same thing. And as you go through it, and struggle and find grace, and struggle and find grace, and get lost and get found, like we're doing this together, you are not alone. And I keep saying that, but I think it's so important, at least it is to me, to know that you guys are here, all of you, and we're here together in some kind of lovely network. The net, the connective thing. Anyways, so that was basically the gears being back, all the challenges. This ending up in a mirror world where, nothing's the same, and yet it sort of is familiar, and yet it's all ass backwards. Ass backwards, what does that mean? Ten of Swords. That's a betrayal, can be. This person is absolutely flatlined. And the swords are in their back. It's like they didn't see it coming. It's the end of the cycle, though. That's the good news about Ten of Swords. That it's over. It's flatlined. It's dead on the ground. Whatever this belief system or betrayal or mean things people said about you or that you said about them or arguments, being totally misunderstood, because swords speak to clarity and understanding. Thinking you're totally misunderstood. No clarity. But the cycle's over. So there's something new coming in. Is it this? Oh, I love it. 10 of Pentacles. 2 10s right in a row. This is earth energy, not air energy, not up in the head energy. This is grounded, substantial, real. And it's about the group. 10 of Pentacles is about the group. And about a portal to the group. You're part of it. and this is a common experience. There isn't one of us that hasn't gone through something like this. Since it's sword energy, it may have affected the way you think about yourself, or the way you think about other people, the way you see the world. Perception, sword energy. It's not viable. But 2 10s equal 20. 20 is judgment, new life. In Major Arcana, 20 is judgment, new life. The rising up. People coming out of the coffin is often how it's depicted. Coming back to life. There's life on the other side of this. There really is. And it's common. It's a common human experience. It's part of being alive, incarnate in this world. My dream last night involved doorway, followed by a doorway, followed by a doorway, followed by a door. It was like the succession of portals or things opening up. And I think that's it. We never really arrive. We keep discovering new openings or apertures. These 10s will pop back to the beginning. It's the end of a cycle, and it leads to the beginning of the next portal, the next doorway, maybe even the next incarnation. Except this is very 3D, so let's see. Can you tell us something more about these endings? And the 10 of Pentacles, unlike 10 of Swords, which is flatlined, over, done, this is a portal to something real. Pentacles speak to life and time. So this, as bad as it is, this too shall pass. There'll be a portal to the next thing. Oh, crap. 7 of Swords. That can be a card of betrayal. Of somebody sneaking away. Sneaking away without saying anything about it. But it might also be because the cycle is over, and this was a bad cycle. Sometimes this is getting out by any means, without announcing it. Just somebody's getting on their feet and going. And it often has the implication of kind of dishonorable, but in this case, I'm not sure. Somebody believes they need to get out without showing their face, without saying anything, without an explanation. Just go. Okay, 2 of Pentacles. So again, the Pentacles energy. This can be a choice, a decision, a weighing up of 2 things. Which way do I go? And it's kind of this eternal, like being on the fence. That's the question. Which way do I go? Or what do I value more? Or who am I? Who do I want to be? Who do I think I am? 4 of Swords. This is positive sword energy, in that the battle is over. This guy's in armor. The battle's over. Whatever 3 of Swords thing was hurtful. There's this sword down below. There's something true happening here. Some kind of clarification is happening, but it's a card of non-action. The battle's over and it's time to rest. The battle's over. There was something decisive that put an end to, maybe to this. And 7 of Swords can be deceiving somebody else or deceiving oneself. Okay? Knight of Pentacles. We have earth energy and air energy here. You know, the grounded thing and the mental thing. You know, you could see it that way. And this is slow forward movement. You know, and this guy is visor up. Can see and be seen. This one doesn't want to be seen. Wants to exit without sword energy, without being seen. And there's a choice, I think, Two of Pentacles, to kind of heal the mind. The mind may have taken a big hit here because sword energy speaks to mental energy and look. So there's a healing, there's a choice to heal. Somebody may have been on the fence about it. You know, what do I value? Pentacles energy. What grounds me? This is sometimes referred to as the dance of change. And it looks like in this decision process, while the two things may be of value, both of them, the two things that are being weighed up, this one's a partial pentacle. And the one the guy is looking at is a whole pentacle. So it's inclining in one direction. And it looks like somebody's moving step by step, either toward the healing place or away from it. I mean, in the sense that the healing has been accomplished, and now somebody feels grounded and is able to move forward slowly. Pentacles are slow. Swords can be considered fast. Something may have ended quickly and unexpectedly. Something that could create a portal. A decision to enter one's life. And it might be like healing indecision. That Two of Pentacles, you know, you weigh it up, you weigh it up, you weigh it up, you can't decide. But in that weighing up, one is more substantial, more real, has more potential for growth. There's something about this guy's huge hat, I'm not sure what. But here the visor's down, and here the visor's up. So there's some movement toward clarity, toward being able to see something. You know, this guy's turned away. Knight of Pentacles, visor up, seeing something. And it might have been like there was a resistance, you know, fooling oneself in some kind of self-denial about what happened, Ten of Swords. But perhaps now there's something grounded and forward moving and the ability to see it now, visor up. Something didn't end well though. Okay. 10 of Wands. On Two of Pentacles? Yeah. Again, oh, I'm sorry, 8 of Wands. I like that better. That's a conversation, a movement, a communication, a back and forth. It can be a literal move. It can be a conversation that gets things going, Wands energy. All these wands are moving in the same direction. It's kind of like a consolidation or a consensus. We have all minor arcana here. So this so far is speaking to everyday life. And the archetypal energies of the major arcana are expressed in and through everyday life. This is on Knight of Pentacles, yes. This is a card of the future, 3 of Wands. And again, the back is turned. But in this one, it's opening up to what's coming in. You know, ready to receive some kind of creative sense of direction, waiting for it. You know, maybe once this healing has been accomplished, we can look to the future, visor up. Wow, on 10 of Swords, Knight of Swords. Again, the movers, the shakers. This one, on the table, they're actually like this. This one is the slow progress. This is somebody coming in with something to say, or a clarity coming into this person who has healed after the painful ending. You know, there's some clarity now and the ability to speak about it. This is also a card of communication. Of kind of, not pinpointing something, but consolidating or... So whoever this person was that was flatlined, had a painful ending, felt betrayed, believed sword energy they were betrayed, so they exited without an explanation. Here comes the explanation. Somebody can talk about it now, can talk about the painful ending, or understand it. Because swords speak to speech, communication, understanding, misunderstanding. And here we have Divine Feminine again, Empress. That's on 7 of Swords. Divine Feminine energy is, often we say, fertile ground. You know, it's grounded. It's 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Empress may slowly be looking to the future, getting a new sense of direction, maybe on the basis of some conversation. Conversation has not been, you know, communication, like visor down. There's been a time of no talk, no touch. On 4 of Swords, though, we have 6 of Cups. We had that yesterday too. A card of soulmates. This lifetime, perhaps past life, it has that tinge. Like, I see you, visor up. These two are looking right at each other. Fellow feeling. And it's on 4 of Swords. After a period of silence, there's communication again. There's flow. And these two are not identical. Soulmates are not identical. And it doesn't necessarily mean a romantic partner. We have a lot of soulmates in our lives. You know, they wear different hats. Again, there's something about the hats. But these two recognize each other. You know, through the heart, if not through the mind. Empress is 3 in Major Arcana, doesn't chase, you know, is grounded and values themselves, both Pentacles attributes. Values the other person, but really does not put up very well with this. You know, does not suffer fools, and I'm not sure why I'm saying that, but Here we have High Priestess, another divine feminine energy like Empress. This is the one who, here's the veil. And here's, maybe reality as we know it, the landscape of reality as we know it. But the curtain is drawn back. It's like visor up. This is the seer, the mystic of the tarot, who doesn't really talk a lot. Sees into the mystery, can't necessarily communicate it. It's something experienced. She can feel into a situation, but she can't tell the other person, this is how it is, and wouldn't. She's no talky in a way. Remember I said no talk, no touch? But compassionate, tender. See, this is number 2 in Major Arcana, High Priestess. Number 3 in Major Arcana. Looking sort of beyond the veil, this curtain, looking right at us. Visor up. I don't know why I keep getting that. So this is a card of Cancer? Like I'm blanking on. Cancer, Pisces. It's a water energy. It's to do with feelings. But it's like, soulmates can be as close as possible. They can't get inside each other's skin. And they can communicate, but there's an aspect of any relationship that's, you can't put it into words. Wow, okay. Tower. Another water energy. As I see it, this is a card of Scorpio. It's the explosion of the obstacle, or of the paradigm, or feelings that can't be contained anymore. It's change, Scorpio energy. Something's over. It's a paradigm shift, It's over in the way we've been able to think about it, an old style of communication. Remember I said it's all minor arcana? Now we have Empress and High Priestess and Tower. Things that happen. Well, this is sort of like a behind the scenes energy, and so is this. Not talking about it, just exiting. Maybe an argument or something that was too painful. Tower. Boom. Can you tell us about the Tower? It's like feelings that can't be contained. And it's actually a kind of, it hurts. It's sudden. It's startling. It's a surprise. But it's also a liberation. With the Tower, it's kind of visor down. You can't get in. You can't get out. And then kaboom. There's a liberation of how we feel about stuff. Big change. Scorpio energy. Something that was too small. King of Pentacles. Well, this is the one who embodies stability, all those Pentacles attributes. The one who shows up in 3D. Trustworthy. There. Visor up. compassionate, that wants to care for other people, male or female. Something happened that wrapped up a cycle. Something ended. 10 of Swords. But the liberation allowed for 10 of Pentacles. An inclusive, we can live here. And King of Pentacles has a lot to give. They're abundant. Like Empress. Earth energy. Taurus, Libra. Earth and air, which we have a lot of here. Sword energy, Pentacles energy. Is it this? 5 of Cups. That can be a card of regret, of sadness, of not quite able to move beyond it, not able to access this connective 2 of Cups energy. In water energy, something went boom. Somebody, I think, regained their stability very quickly and is able to accept, nothing lasts forever, not even sadness. I think sometimes we hang on to our sadness because it's all we have left, or we think it's all we have left. But I think what gets exploded by Tower is the kind of constriction of this energy. Again, this is facing away. Face forward. Tower could be like something being unmasked. Now there's a new paradigm. The old one was exploded. It's over. But it opens some kind of portal in the psyche that allows one to see, to be a seer, to look beyond the veil of everyday experience. There's a lot of veiling, unveiling energy. Is it this? Ace of Swords. There's a new beginning. The 10 of Swords. You complete the cycle, boom, you bounce back to, boom. You bounce back to the new beginning based on some kind of truth. The old paradigm, you can't go back here. The Tower implies you can't regress. You can only face forward. And after the old thing breaks down, and perhaps what's changed is this. Scorpio energy, 5 of Cups. 5s require change. And boy, does it come in the form of Tower, which isn't always comfortable. But there's a lot of stability here. King of Pentacles, Empress. Knight of Pentacles. Stable, forward, step-by-step movement. And some kind of personal truth. Is it this? Ace of Cups. Another card of new beginning, of the opportunity for a new beginning. In Cups energy this time. After the Tower comes down, Scorpio energy, kaboom, everything is changed. And what it reveals is this opportunity perhaps for self-love. That's the truth we need to be able to see and accept and understand. The opening of our own heart. That water change, Scorpio, from this state of looking away to being able to see it and love oneself. I'm reminded of the pinion in yesterday's reading. You know, the thing you drive into the cliff face that allows you to climb. This is kind of like the pinion. And I'm also seeing it as the thing that, you know, the sword energy, the sword that breaks the water, that breaks the tower open, the truth that takes down the old paradigm, that pierces the water energy. And in water energy, this is what you get. A kind of communion cup. One more. I love tarot. I just love it. Ace of Pentacles. Again, the new beginning. We have 3 aces in a row. Oops, sorry. Where'd it go? Here we go. 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. Right? That's a kind of interesting numerology that Emery's Tarot taught me how to interpret that way, and it really works for me. And 3 and 3 and 3, I mean 1 and 1 and 1 is 3 is Empress. The fertile ground, the growing place, the seed, the potential. You know, in the acorn is the oak. The potential for something real and growing and abundant. And this is a card of reality too. Of clear perception, of open heart. A starting place. You know, a chance to rebuild. This is done. But here's the building block for the new thing, the ace. Perhaps the new self. We have 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. 10 of Swords, Ace of Swords. A lot of cycles closing out. But it creates an opening. We're opening up. And it may not be comfortable, particularly at first. It may come as a surprise, but it's a liberation. And that opportunity, the ace, the opportunity for growth. Divine Feminine, fertile ground. On the board we have Libra, Taurus in the Empress, air, earth. We have Cancer, perhaps Pisces, and High Priestess. The seer, visor up. Everybody has to see it for themselves. Ace of Swords, the card of the self. But there's an opportunity for that. And I think from this sadness, the ability to feel it, because we can't just dwell in, oh, that feels good, I'll just stay here. You know, anything else I won't acknowledge. No, visor up, you have to look at it. And then there's a kind of reset. You turn around to that 2 of Cups that are behind this 5 of Cups person. And there's self-love. That's the pinion. Great growth here. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay. Pisces, Cancer in High Priestess. Scorpio in the Tower. Libra, Taurus in Empress. Things are opening. I mean, that just blows my mind. These 3 aces all together. It's a reset. Everything's new. Great opportunities here for groundedness and growth, for an open heart, and for new understanding of the self, of your truth, of your personal truth. That's the pinion. My lovelies, I think that's it. I was glad to get here. I didn't know if I would make it to the table today, but I'm really glad I did, and I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.